Hello, my name is Bishop Lafer, and I am the Marketing Developer Analyst here at IDX Broker. I'm joined by Bao Kim, who's another marketing developer here, and he will be taking questions in the chat. Today, we're here to talk about Market Reports 201, your marketing strategy. So let's go ahead and get started. So a little bit about me. I am the Marketing Developer Analyst at IDX Broker. I have 10 plus years in digital marketing experience, so I've been doing this for a little over a decade. I am Facebook Blueprint certified, as well as Google Ads and Analytics certified. Today, we are going to talk about market reports. We're going to do a little brief overview, and then we'll also talk about creating a seller lead generation Facebook campaign, as well as a buyer lead generation Facebook campaign. And then at the end, I'm going to save time for any questions. So as we go, if you do have any questions, feel free to throw them in the questions panel. Bao will be taking those questions. And when we get to the end, I'll make sure to leave time to take any questions that anybody may have. So market reports overview. What is a market report? A market report is a monthly overview of the real estate industry at a local level. It's meaningful insight, including recent listing data, market data, price trends, demographics, and more. And I want to mention that this is part 2 in a webinar series. Jeff True has done a webinar about Market Reports 101, which goes more in depth into what a market report is and how to use them. We're focusing more specifically on how to incorporate market reports into your marketing strategy. So this is an example of what a market report looks like web-based. So typically your users will receive them via email, and they can click on a link and open it in a browser, or when a person first fills out the prompt on the market reports landing page here, then they will be taken to that web-based version. So this is one of the main ways that you can use a market report on your website. This is the market reports landing page, where your users are prompted to enter a city, county, or postal code in order to get insights for that specific area. And then another way that you can use a market report on your website is to use the widget in a community page. So this would be an example of this top section here. This is one of the new market report widgets, and then you can embed that into your community pages or save link pages. So first, we're going to talk about creating a seller lead campaign. For this ad, we're going to be talking about Facebook advertising specifically. And for this ad, because we're going for seller ads, we would use copy something like, looking to sell your home, Lafer Luxury Real Estate is here to help. Check out our market reports to learn more about your home's value based on sales price history, local trends, and other neighborhood data. And for this specific ad, we'll be using the market reports landing page as our ads landing page. So in order to create the ad, we would need a Facebook business account and also an ads manager account. Once you arrive in the ads manager account, this is where you will be. You'll click the green plus create button. And for the campaign objective, we'll want to choose the traffic consideration. For the campaign name, it's going to be Seller Leads Campaign. For the ad set, I like to name my ad set what I'm targeting. And so for this ad specifically, I'm going to be targeting Eugene Seller Leads. And then for the ad, I like to use my landing page as the ad name. So for this ad, the landing page is going to be the market reports landing page. And that's just so that I can quickly recognize my ads just at a glance within the ads manager. So we have a couple questions. Is it possible to do a market report for a community? Yes, it is. Will we get a replay on this? Yes, you will. There will be a follow-up email, and it will have links to both the first market reports webinar as well as this one. And so, yeah, the follow-up email will have the part 1, and maybe Bao can grab the link and throw it in the chat for us too. That'd be awesome. Okay, so we'll click continue. And here we're in the edit panel, and we're at the campaign level. A very important thing that we need to note here is you do need to specify that this is an ad for a special ad category, because we are offering an ad based on or for housing. If you do not select special ads category, Facebook will reject your ad and it will not run. So once we've selected that, we'll hit next, and it brings us into the ad group. We want to make sure that we're choosing the website traffic objective. We'll set our budget and schedule. If you do not set an end date, then the campaign will run indefinitely. And then we'll scroll down and we want to pick an audience. Because this is a special ad category, most of the detailed targeting is disabled. So what we're going to do is we're just going to target Eugene, Oregon as a blanket. And when you're targeting for a special ads category, it requires that you target city name with a 15-mile radius. So that's what we'll select. And then we'll scroll a little further down and we'll switch from automatic placements to manual placements. And this is just something that I have found in my personal experience that I get the best results with these two specific placements. Everything else is just kind of a lot of impressions and no real results. And so we'll deselect under platforms everything except for Facebook and Instagram. And then under placements, the only two that we want are Facebook news feed and Instagram feed. And again, this is your personal discretion, but in my experience, this is what has served me best. So we'll hit next, and that will bring us into the ad creation section. The important thing here is to make sure that we have the correct Facebook page selected as well as the correct Instagram account. And then for this ad, we'll be making a single image or video ad using the creative assets that I showed you a couple slides back. And so we'll upload my image. I'll fill out my primary text, my headline, and my link description. And then for the website URL, we're going to use the Market Reports landing page, which is this page. And so that's how I would create an ad that is garnered towards generating seller leads. For buyer leads, I would do it a little bit differently. I would have my assets would be a little different and my copy would be a little bit different. It would be something along the lines of Lafer Luxury Real Estate specializes in the Eugene area. Consider us your local experts. Visit our website to learn more about sales price history in Eugene, as well as local trends and other neighborhood data, and to see houses available in this area. You could also include something along those lines. And then for this one, we're going to be using the community page with the Market Reports widget as our landing page. And so we'll come back into the Ads Manager, Facebook Ads Manager. Okay, so back in Facebook Ads Manager, again, we'll click the green plus create button on the left side. We'll also choose the traffic objective because we're trying to drive traffic to our landing page. Our campaign name is going to be Buyer Leads Campaign. Our ad set is going to be Eugene Buyer Leads again because I'm targeting Eugene, and so I want to make sure that I name my ad set that. And then for my ad, I'm going to call it what my landing page is, and so that's going to be the Eugene community page. And so I'll hit continue, and it'll bring us into the edit panel. Again, we need to make sure to flag this as ad for a special ad category for housing. Otherwise, our ads will not run. And then similar to the last time, we're going to use the website traffic objective, set our budget and schedule. If you do not schedule an end date, it will run indefinitely. And then we're going to choose our audience. Detailed targeting is turned off because this is a special ad category. So we're just going to target a 15-mile radius around Eugene. And then again, we're going to remove the placements. So we'll select manual placements and we'll remove everything but Facebook and Instagram. And so we'll make sure that the only two things that we have selected under placements are the Facebook news feed and the Instagram feed. And then hit next, and it will bring us to the ad creation panel. And here we just want to make sure again that we have the right Facebook page selected as well as the correct Instagram account. And then we will upload our image. The only placements that I'm going to have are the Facebook news feed and the Instagram feed, which are both square feeds. So it's a 1-to-1. And so that's the crop that I want for my image because that looks ideal. I'll save that, and then I'll fill out my primary text, my headline, my link description with the copy from the few slides ago. And then for this landing page, I'm going to use the community page with the Market Reports widget on it. And then I would hit publish. So this is going to be my landing page for this specific buyer leads ad. So some key takeaways are Market Reports are filled with dynamic and effective content you can leverage to highlight your local expertise. And you can use Market Reports strategically along with digital ad campaigns in order to generate buyer and seller leads. And then it looks like we do have a couple questions. So Jacob asks, you don't remember or you don't recommend targeting like Zillow and Realtor.com? For Facebook ads, you can't target placements. And because it's a special ads category, all of the detailed targeting goes away. For audience interest, yes, I would. And Johan asks, is this Google ad placement? No, this is a Facebook ad placement, and we were not looking at the back end of the IDX site. We were just looking at the Facebook Ads Manager. Sam asks, if you're selling in a resort area, you don't need to do a 15-mile range, right? We can do certain states. You can do states. You just cannot do zip code because of the special ads category. So Johan says you went over a community landing page and then created a community page to be advertised on Facebook. So the community landing page is something that, or a page that we have specifically on our home sites. You get 4 community pages by default. You can also build your own community pages. So that's just a page that would be included with home that you would select. And I put Market Reports widget on that community page. And then I created a Facebook ad to drive traffic to that landing page. Okay, where do we find those community pages? So if you're a home client, then part of your setup process, you get 4 community pages created for you. If not, then you would have to create those community pages yourself. If you need help doing that, feel free to reach out to support either via live chat on the website. You can give us a call or email help@idxbroker.com. And then Johan said, do the sites also have blogging and are they optimized for SEOs? Home sites, yes, they do they are optimized for SEO. And then if you wanted to incorporate a blog, you could do that yourself. Is there a tutorial on how to create a community page? There is a knowledge-based article on support.idxbroker.com on how to create a community page. And if you need additional help, then you can reach out to our support team at any time during business hours. Greg asked, do you have a recommendation amount to spend on such Facebook ads? So that would depend on what your marketing budget is. The way that I determine budgets is to first determine how much a lead is worth. And of the leads that I have, how often do I convert? Basically, I would spend as much money as I am willing to spend in order to generate a new sale. So I'm not 100% certain what that would be for you, but I would say probably if you're going to advertise and run that campaign for a month, I would say $20 a day would be roughly $600 a month. And if you do get one sale from that, one closed sale, then you probably made your money back. But it's really at each individual's discretion, what your conversion rates are, how much a lead is worth, and how many leads or what your conversion rate of leads are the things that you would use in order to determine what your budget should be. Essentially, it's just how much are you willing to spend in order to get a paying customer. The market report doesn't show the correct amount because I created it on December 1st, and it's connected to a demo account that doesn't have real MLS data. So the market report is not accurate because I did not use a real IDX broker account. I just used a demo account with no MLS data in it. Greg said, recommendation amount to spend on Facebook ads or an estimate of ROI. Yeah, again, it really comes down to the individual business, how many leads you get, and then what your conversion rate of those leads are, and then how much those conversions are worth. So if you sell a house for $100,000, you make $3,000 and you got that lead from Facebook, then it was worth spending $600 for $20 a day to run it for a month kind of deal. Cecily said, is there a video on how to create those community pages? I'm not certain if there is a video on that support article, but if not, then I will make sure that one gets made soon. Judah says, where can I find ways to make the market report widgets? So I'm actually working on making that video for the knowledge base this week. So that should be up within the next 2 weeks on support.idxbroker.com, but it's in your IDX dashboard under widgets, and there's a new and legacy widgets, and it's under the new widget selection. Satar says, on my market report for Toronto, it shows $261,557 for condos. The market report that I used in this example was for a Eugene area, but it was connected to a demo IDX broker account that doesn't have real MLS data, and so that's why the numbers were not accurate. How are conversions tracked for Facebook? You have to set up Facebook conversion tracking. So there's a little snippet that you would need to send to Facebook for lead registration. So when someone clicks on, or if a seller lead lands on your market reports landing page, fills out what area they want the market report for, and then there's the banner across the bottom that says click here to subscribe for updates, at that point, when they subscribe for updates, you would want to send Facebook an event that says, I generated a lead. I can include a link in the follow-up email for Facebook conversion tracking. And I've also gone over Facebook conversion tracking in a previous webinar. Although it looks a little bit different because the ads manager interface has been updated, it's still got the same content or same concept. So we can include a link to that video in the follow-up email as well. And then where can we view the previous video that I mentioned? So all of our previous webinars are hosted on our YouTube channel, and our most popular ones are hosted on idxbroker.com/webinars. And you can also get to our YouTube channel from that page as well. Greg says, do you find these reports more likely to be appreciated by buyers or by sellers? I think they can be appreciated by both. It really just depends on how you're presenting it to your potential customers. But I think that it works really well for either. You can embed this reports link on your main page. You can embed a market reports widget on your main page if you'd like to, yes. Do you create the market report widget, says Johan? Yes, you do. It is within the IDX Broker dashboard under widgets. It's actually relatively simple. You just select what area you want. So either a city, a zip code, or a county. And then you can select the colors to make sure that they match your website CTAs and stuff like that. And then you just get a piece of HTML code and you just copy and paste that into your page. From your feedback, what are the best templates to use? For a home site, personally, I like First Impression. It's my favorite theme. And then templates, I would use Home Atlas and Listings Pro Details. What is the easiest way to have market reports emailed to current clients? So within your IDX Broker account, under your lead management, you can create market reports and send them to your current clients. So if you already have someone who's in your lead system, then via My Listings Manager, you can send them market reports. Johan says, I'm confused. Is IDX Home like an app for your website template you sell? No, IDX Home is a fully hosted WordPress website that we host and manage for you. Beth says, can you change the color of the market report page? The widget colors match, but the full report page does not. At this point, I do not think that you can change the colors of the full report, but for the widget, you can. Sam says, I've set up the market reports to my buyers, new subscribers. How often do they receive the reports? So they'll get one report at the beginning of every month, so monthly. And then Johan said, okay, looking at first impression, which one? That is the one that I like the most. First impression is your WordPress theme that comes with the home site. And then there are other page templates that you can use that go along with first impression. And those ones that I noted were Home Atlas for your search results pages, and then Listings Pro Details for your listing details pages. All right, Jonathan says, is there a way or a plan to allow for greater detail beyond city level market data, like zip or community level sales data? Yes, you can use a zip code or a county if you'd like. As far as community level, if your community is the same size of a zip code, then yes, but right now you're limited to city, zip code, or county. Sam said, appreciate these webinars. Thank you. No, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining. Beth says, can we get the market report widget put into our IDX search results pages without adding to the sidebar that displays on all pages of our website? You could put it in the subheader of your IDX search results pages. Yes. And then Johan said, is prime location best for a very specific area? I think that it's really just kind of personal preference as far as the WordPress, the home themes goes. The prime location features a large background image with the search overlaid, whereas first impression, it doesn't. I think that those types of things are really just at your personal preference, though. I don't know if one performs better than the other. I just think aesthetically, I am more drawn to first impression. Greg says, yes, but it's slow to do one by one and it clutters up the My Listings Manager. Well, currently, I think that would be the best way to reach out to existing or send them to existing customers. Kennard says, can you please allow community query for market reports? I can put in a request, but I'm not sure what the limitations there are. Ditto for community/development request. Yeah, so like I said, I can mention that to the dev team, but I'm not sure if there's some sort of limitation based on the aggregation of data, because I know that market reports pull data from several different data sources, and I don't know if it's possible for us to make query for a subdivision or for a community. Margaret says, do market reports vary based on the data your MLS allows? For example, my reports have no sold data, only active listings. If your MLS allows for sold data and you are a platinum customer, then your market reports will have sold data in them. But if your MLS does not offer sold data, or you're only a Lite subscriber, then your market reports will not. I'll give just a couple more minutes to allow anybody who might have another question. Otherwise, you can find all of our future and past webinars at idxbroker.com/idx_webinar or idxbroker.com/webinars works as well. And they're all hosted on our YouTube channel, which can be found via this webpage. So Johan says, so you pick the theme, first impression, and then a template. How many templates do you have? We have a lot of different templates. If you're interested in talking to someone about maybe getting a home website from IDX Broker, then I would recommend reaching out to sales, and they can point you in the right direction. So if you send an email to info@idxbroker.com or just give us a call, then one of our sales team members can show you what you're looking for. I'm not positive off the top of my head. I think that you should reach out to sales and they will be able to answer all of your questions. Kay said, I tried to change the color for the market report, but when I hit save, it gives me an error message missing the colors that I just added. Is there a video or docs to help with that? This is actually something that I experienced. So, Kay, if you copy and pasted hex code in, delete the hex code in the input, and then retype it, and that error will go away. And that is something that we have flagged as a bug and is being fixed. So again, if you copy and pasted a hex code that has a hashtag in front of it, then manually delete the hex code or the hashtag and retype it, and that should make that error go away. All right, if nobody has any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you all so much for your time, and have a great rest of your day.